Hey guys, Joffo here. Today we're going to show you how to do up one of the Saurus warriors with just contrast paint. So we're going to take one of our fancy little dudes here, like that. He's already primed, ready to go. And when we're done, it's going to look like that. And it's going to be pretty simple. All we need is a handful of contrast paints, as you can see right here in front of me. We need some black Templar, some Achillean green, some skeleton horde, flesh terror red, a little bit of gore grunt of fur, and then we will need some kind of a bone color. We'll probably use a shop de bone. So I'm going to get everything all set up for myself, and I'll be right back. Alright, we are back. We've got everything all set up. First thing we're going to do is we're going to do that lovely blue skin on him. We're going to do some Achillean green. Just using a size 3 brush. Just need to be able to get all your contrast paint on there. And you want to be careful if we're going to do all contrast, but you can still be a little bit messy. Just remember that anything that you don't, or anything you paint over, like that spot right there, that's going to be hard to cover with some of the other colors. So just go through, paint them all. If we get really sloppy with it, can always come back with a white paint and cover it all up. So, but we're just going to go through and go all the way around, get every bit of lizard, and twist it however you need to. And it's been a while since we've been back doing this, but I have been informed that my Massive Darkness 2 series is coming up, and I thought we'd get into there and continue painting up all of our Massive Darkness 1 so that we have all those extra miniatures to play with that are just wonderfully painted. So here we go. Paint up the tail. Get it both front and back. And there you go, just like that, we are done with the Achillean green. Clean our brush off. Dry into the excess water. Now let's go to the next heavy color, which is going to be the red. We got some Flesh Terror's red. Flesh Terror's red is what's going to cover up all of his loincloth. As you see, I do have these in some spill protections, as I have had some really nasty spills with these, especially recently. I was actually painting them up as a test paint to show you guys what it looks like, and decided to shake the cover open, and all over me it looked like I'd killed myself, man. So go through here, just painting all of this on, and this is where you start to keep an eye out if you've missed any spots on anything else. Like right here on the back of the heel, his skin is exposed, so we're going to need to switch back to the Achillean green. And there we go. We got the red done, more or less. Oof, we're getting pretty sloppy, so we got to be a little more careful here, guys. And most of you guys aren't going to be painting in front of a camera, so you won't have to worry about that. Alright, so we got that cleaned off. We'll switch back over to our Achillean green for just a second or two. We got to get his foot in the front and his heel in the back. So we'll swap over here. We got the foot in the front. And, oh, both feet in the front. You know, when I was doing these for the test model, I had no problem seeing where everything was, but dang it if I can't do that now. So we just kind of go back and forth between the couple of contrasts. If you do it in a thin enough layer, this stuff does dry pretty quickly, so that you can kind of move along and get what you need done. So we got that there, that there. When we grab the next one that's on our spill-proof palette here, which is Snakebite Leather. And we'll just go ahead. That one needs to be shaken up a little. Let's get that one really shaken up. Let's try that again. Oof, that seems really watered down. I do not like that. It should not come out that thin. Alright, well, I'm going to shake this up and I'll be right back. Well, that solves that issue, and why this looks like it's really weak is because I was using the wrong color. I thought I had snakebite leather, instead I had skeleton horde. So again, we're just going to go through, paint these all up. Here we're painting up just the knees, or the legs, as he's got like leather pants on. Don't forget this little piece back here. And then we're also going to do all of his bags. So we can get all of the bags on there. Don't forget to do the tops of the bags. Anywhere you can see, do the sides and the bottoms. And like that, we're good. I see a little bit of exposed flesh, so let's quick clean it off. Grab our Achillean green and go back to that. Like I said, guys, this one is pretty easy when you're using contrast. They are nice paints. We have Army Painter is coming out with their version of the contrast called Speed Paint, so those are coming out pretty soon. So we'll have those to take a look at. Now I'm going to switch over to a painting handle just because I need a little better control. And I need to be touching in places that I'm not supposed to. Alright, let's start with Gorgrunt the Fur. This one's a real quick one. Really only need this for one piece. And if you don't have any Gorgrunta, that's fine. You can always just use snakebite leather. But I like to differentiate that and that right there. So I like the sheath to his one sword. I like to differentiate from the rest of the model, or the rest of the leather components. So that is a personal preference. Now we're going to swap out paints. We're switching to Black Templar. Make sure our brush is dry. And then Black Templar, we're going to put all over the sword here. Now all of these guys were primed with a black-white zenithal highlight. So that's why you're going to get this bright shine to them. If you don't do the undercoat, or the black undercoat, that's fine. You can do these guys all in white. You'll get a much brighter look to a lot of your colors, which is fine. As I've shown you guys before, always paint the way you want to. I'm just showing you how I did mine, so that you guys at least have an example. So we got his armor pauldrons here. Black Templar, when it dries, it has that nice grayish look to it, and it kind of gives a faux metal look to it. Not exactly a non-metallic metal, but it does give that faux metal look to it. That F-A-U-X, faux. Just to kind of give it that it's like stonish metal. I mean, these are lizard folks, so who knows what kind of technology they have. Well, we do know, because we know from their other one, they use blowguns and they use swords. So that's that. So we're going to swap out. We've got one more paint to do, or one more contrast paint to do. We're going to switch over to that skeleton horde that we were accidentally using before. And now we're going to do that all over the ropes and the bones that make up all of the weapons. Now remember, this is a very thin paint, a very translucent paint. So this one, if you make mistakes like I did, you're going to see them. So Got one touch up I see I want to do. And again, this is what happens when you speed paint. You're trying to fill in everything as fast as possible. Be that good or be that bad. So there we go. So now all we really have left to do is two things that do require quote-unquote real paint and not contrast paint. And that is, we need a bone color for his nails and teeth. So we're going to use Ushapti bone. Get it up on our wet palette here. Don't need a whole lot on our palette because we're really not going to be doing a whole heck of a lot. Make sure that the nails are dry enough that you can put another coat of anything on them. So in this one, we're just going to literally touch the tips of his toenails. The ones over here are a lot harder to see. And again, it don't matter if you're doing this on camera or not, they're just that hard to see. Now I'm going to switch to a smaller brush just because we're working on teeth. So what I got here is a synthetic medium layer brush from Games Workshop. And this time we're going to come in and we're going to try and pick out the teeth a little bit. And actually what I end up doing is I end up doing like a yellow, a bone highlight across them. And then I'm going to come back with some skeleton horde in a moment to let it dry and give it kind of just a help fill in the cracks, as it were. Now again, if you've got steady table, steady hands, all that stuff, you don't have to use a pot device like I did, or a pot holder like I did. So we can just go like that. And then one across the mouth. See, like that. And that's it. All we got to do is let this guy dry, do up the base, and we are done. So I'm going to let this guy dry. It's only going to be like seconds for you guys, and I'll be right back. Alright, we're back. The last thing that we've got to do yet is base our miniatures, and every one of my guys is just done in Dawnstone, so we're just going to paint up the base. I do have paint on my palette already. So we're just going to go through and cover this all up, and it helps cover up any of the basing mistakes you made. So I'm going to take him back off the paint handle so that I can do this. Ugh. Normally we wouldn't have a camera stand in your way. But we go through, paint that all up. We'll paint up the rims. Helps if I keep it on camera showing you what I'm doing. We can touch up this little corner right here. And there you go. Let that dry and you're all set to go. Be right back with our final thoughts. And with that, we've got the entire Reptisaurus box completed. Here we got an entire 6-man squad of warriors with their captain. We've got a huge 12-man block with their captain as well. We've got the Saurian agent and the Reptisaurus big guy. There should be videos up on my channel to see every one of these things painted. If there isn't, let me know and I might be able to put a video up. I'm worrying about these guys. I don't know if I did those on my own. And forgot to film it and show you guys. But there we go. Downside is, with Massive Darkness 2, I no longer need those 6 guys. You can only ever have 6 models on the table. So, or 6 plus their captain. So we're going to have some stuff. We'll be doing either some giveaways or some just going up for sale in my store. Check it all out. See you guys on the next video. Bye.